Welcome to all of my students in today's mentoring session. And we'll be starting today's mentoring session with the weekly sectoral analysis. And as usual, I'll be starting with Nifty Futures, Bank Nifty Futures, private banks, PSU Banks, so on, till mid-cap index. And people who are watching this particular video on the YouTube, kindly watch till the end, because along with the index, I'm also going to share a few stocks in this particular educational video. So let's start the video first. Now, as usual, I'll be analyzing the higher time frame first, as I generally do top-down approach analysis in indexes and in stocks. So first, if we look at the weekly chart of Nifty Futures, we can see prices are trading above the moving averages. So this is a good sign. RSI is slowly and steadily moving up. Things look okay apart from this trend line. I'll come to that point when we analyze the daily chart. In the weekly chart, what we can see is this. Obviously, this candle is not yet complete. This is just the starting of the month. So probably at the end, we'll come to know what happens, but the momentum on the upside is getting weaker. It's waning basically. So one should be long, but cautiously long. You cannot be extremely aggressive at this point of time, because at times it can happen that daily and weekly charts show something else and weekly charts show something else. So you have to be very, very careful at this point of time. And in the daily chart, if you see now, the trend is up. We have seen this wonderful rally in last few days. And RSI is also looking good. No problems over here. Prices are above the moving averages. We have 4 consecutive green candles over here, out of which 2 are bullish bell tolls. Even this one is sort of bullish handle. This is a little bit sort of a hammer, not exactly a hammer, because the wick of this particular candle is not thrice the size of this body. And then we have 2 back-to-back. One is small hammer and one is spinning top. So basically, what is happening is, after such a big rally, we need little bit of breather in the market, because any market, any stock, just cannot keep on rallying daily. It has to stop somewhere. And above that, we can see this particular trend line. This is holding on since September of 2020. So it's a pretty old trend line. And along with this trend line, we are also facing resistance from this Fibonacci extension. So 18,000 to 18,200, this entire band is a strong resistance for the market. And on the downside, if you see these coordinates from 17,691, or you can say 17,700 to 17,535, this particular band which I have drawn over here in blue color is a support. So basically, currently the trend is up, but we are little bit range boundish within 18,200 and this particular support band. A little bit of consolidation, little bit of sideways move is expected, and if it happens, don't be surprised. It is actually needed right now in the market, because after that consolidation, if we have the second leg of rally coming up, then maybe we'll be able to surpass that particular resistance. Bank Nifty Futures. Now, if you look at the weekly time frame is looking okay. The base of the Bank Nifty Futures looks to be all right. We have a hammer over here, we have a bullish bell toll, and then we have a decent candle which has been made up over here. But if you see over here, last 2 candles, again, this is a high wave candle, this is a spinning top. So what is happening is Bank Nifty Futures have gone up a lot in a very short point of time, especially from this particular level of this day, from 34,770 to 38,248. This is a stupendous rally in a very short point of time. So a little bit of consolidation and a sideways move, if it happens, it will be good for the market, and I will not be surprised. Now let's have a look at the private banking pack. If you look at the private banking pack, in the weekly chart especially, again, it does seems to have been building a good base. This is a strong hammer, and this hammer has actually come at a very good level, very good band also. If I plot a Fibonacci, so this is a support. This is not a very strong, but a still decent enough support from where a bounce back can come. Obviously, we didn't know that the bounce back was could be so large, but now since it has been a very large bounce back, it looks good. Currently, the trend is flat in the weekly time frame, but very soon if the prices keep on continuing higher, the trend from flat, it will start being up. In the daily chart, already the trend is up according to me, but it does face resistance from this previous high. And as per Dow theory, we are in a downtrend. We can see this is the previous high. This is the current high, and this is the extreme recent high of today. Okay, so basically we need to close above this. Once we close above this, I think then prices will start moving higher. There are two private banks which according to me can be outperformers, and one of them is already outperforming, which is the ICICI Bank. Overall, it looks very attractive. Okay, swing traders, positional traders should concentrate on this particular stock. And the second one, according to me, is HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank, yes, I know that at times it can be a very slow mover, but we just have to obey the charts. We cannot do anything. In fact, there was a resistance which was broken, and after this broken resistance, it broke the resistance again on the upside. So this was a false breakdown, and this is what I had shared on Twitter, on my Twitter handle also, that there was a breakdown over here. But then when the buying started happening, it broke the resistance. So it has already closed above this high. So after a little bit of consolidation, if the second leg of buying comes up, then all of you should keep an eye on this particular stock. Axis Bank is one stock which is not very, very attractive, but probably very soon it may happen that it also can start performing. As of now, it's not extremely, you can say, attractive to me in comparison to HDFC Bank and the ICICI Bank. But yes, one should keep an eye on this particular stock as well. PSU Banks is basically, I'll just change the chart to logarithmic time frame, as I want to share with you the weekly time frame. Now, if you see properly, there has been a trend line breakout over here, and this trend line breakout has happened, which is holding on since 16th of October 2017. And from this particular area, from the support zone, the prices came down, it tested this trend line support, and now they have started bouncing back. So currently the trend is flat in the weekly time frame, but the spot, the base from where the prices have moved up is very, very strong inherently, basically. Again, if I change this to logarithmic chart, you will see that prices have been able to bounce from this trend line and even from this previous high. Currently, I think the trend is completely flat, even in the weekly chart or even the daily time frame. But once the consolidation, short-term consolidation is over, maybe after that some clarity will come in this particular pack. And this is the first time, I think, where I'm trying to say that private banking pack is trying, I'm not saying it is already outperforming, but it is surely trying very, very strong to outperform the PSU banking pack. So just keep an eye on that. Metals. Now metals, if you remember, last few days I was not interested in this particular pack. If you are watching my videos on YouTube, especially the Nifty short-term view or my weekly sectoral analysis, somewhere down the line I had told that I'm not interested. I just want to be away from this particular index. But if you see now, prices have started moving higher. The candles also, which have been made over here on the daily chart, they're looking pretty decent. Even the RSI is looking absolutely fine. There is no problem over here too. And if you look at the weekly chart, I think the trend is still sideways, flat, but now the momentum seems to be coming higher. You can see this round formation in the RSI, which is happening. Generally, this is not any textbook sort of scenario or something which I'm trying to tell you, but as an analyst, as a trader, it seems that it's looking good. Okay, that is the art part of the trading. And once I guess we can see prices closing above this particular resistance band, then maybe metal pack will start outperforming too, because if you see properly, this is the previous low in the daily chart. Okay, this is the previous high. Now over here, this particular low is higher than the previous low. This is the first thing. Second thing, we have still not made a higher high. So first sign has come that probably prices have started moving higher. Once we close above this and this band as well, then things will be very clear. One stock which I would like all of you to keep an eye on is Hindalco. It has already started going up. Somewhere over here it was looking very attractive, but even at this current juncture, it is looking very, very attractive in comparison to all other stocks right now in the metal pack. So just keep an eye on this. Autopack. Autopack, I think last time also I told that Autopack is one of the sectors which has already started performing, and after Autopack started performing, then Nifty, Bank Nifty, everything started, participating. You can see this beautiful hammer, then a bullish bell toll, and even this particular bullish bell toll. So overall base which has been made in the Autopack is very good. In fact, it has been able to close above its previous high. So this is a good thing. Yes, there could be a little bit of resistances coming up sooner somewhere over here, but little bit short-term profit booking and everything, if it happens, I don't think that it will be able to, literally turn around the sector. I don't think it will happen any soon. And two stocks, one is Maruti, which again I shared with all of you in our Telegram group, and I shared it on the Twitter handle as well. Okay, so basically this stock is looking attractive to me, and not just the daily chart, not just the beautiful candles, something in the weekly chart seems to me that this particular stock could be an outperformer in the upcoming days or weeks in the auto pack. And apart from this, if you also look, even in the daily monthly chart, it's not looking bad. Only thing is it will need to surpass this 8400 level, 8410. So once this is surpassed, you might see a decent bigger rally coming up. But yes, till then a lot of path is still left to be cleared. Currently we are at 7900 and this particular resistance is at 8400. So we'll see how it pans out. The second stock which I want all of you to concentrate on is Ashok Leyland. In the weekly time frame, it is looking really nice, but only issue is that it's still flat in the trend. It's still not up. But if you see the RSI, there has been a small trend line breakout in the RSI, if you can see over here. So this is a sign that possibly upside momentum is there in this particular stock, and there is a small resistance in the daily chart. You can see this trend line resistance. So once we start closing above this level, maybe 134 or 136, this particular zone, because you can see these wicks of these candlesticks over here. Once this is surpassed, maybe we'll see some upside momentum happening. But before that, it will be a little bit dangerous to put in hand in this type of stock. But keep this in your watch list. Finance pack. Finance pack has been able to close above this particular resistance band. In the weekly chart, again, the trend is flat. There is nothing much to say over here. Yes, the base is nice. We have a hammer, we have a bullish bell toll, and a very big candle. If you compare this particular candle in comparison to all the recent candles in the weekly chart, this is the biggest. So this is not a small thing. This is a very good sign. But before that, we may have a small consolidation in this particular sector because the prices have gone up very, very fast. Generally, these type of rallies do not sustain. Once in a while, it is okay. But generally, after such a rally, if there is a small consolidation, it is always healthy for the market. And once we start closing above this particular level, this previous high, I think then things will start turning good, because we have a still, if you see as per Dow theory, we are still in a downtrend. Only thing is this time we have made a higher high, but we don't have a higher low as well. Higher low could be made later on, but according to me, a closing basis, surpassing of this particular level will give me more confidence to go and trade in this particular pack on the long side. IT index. Now, if you remember IT pack, last time I had clearly told that it is one of the outperformers, but be vigilant, because as my experience says, many times it happens that people assume that the prices have closed above this resistance and the rally will keep on going up. But sometimes I've seen that when IT pack was going up and pharma was going up, nothing else was participating, everything was down. And when the IT pack started rallying, okay, nothing was going up. Then later on, what happened? Every other sector started participating. When every other sector started participating, I was just assuming, probably as a trader, because there is a thin line between assumption and analysis. As per analysis, if you see clearly, prices were above the resistance, but my experience told me maybe there is a small possibility that prices could dip down, and this is what has happened. Okay, so when the prices have come down, the trend is still up, but now as a swing trader, there are two stocks which I would like to share with all of you. One is Infosys. Okay, the trend is currently flat over here. The trend is currently flat, but it is at a support level. If you can see, this is a support. This is also a support. It might happen. It could come down a little bit and then it might consolidate. Then it might go up. And second is Tech Mahindra. Both these stocks you need to keep an eye on. You can see over here. This is not still at the support. These are the support levels somewhere over here at 1635 and 1670. So once the prices come down over here, after that, if we see a bounce back happening, then swing traders should concentrate on this particular stock. Pharma pack. Now I had shared on Twitter that I'll be sharing something about the pharma pack. Yes. So what has happened is we consistently had higher high, then we had a lower high, again we had a lower low, and this time now we have a higher high and again a lower low. So what is happening over here is, I'll just remove all these drawings and make it a little bit more clearer. If you look at the weekly chart, what has happened, if you just forget this particular candle of the current week which closed today, the overall burst which has happened very, very fast. This is a good sign. If you see, the RSI also has gone up too fast. So this is a good sign. Now this current drop which has happened, currently I will not just take it into consideration, but if I just plot this Fibonacci, then we are near beautiful supports. You can see this particular candle wick, you can see this cluster. So basically this entire band of 13,790 to possibly 13,640, this entire band is a beautiful support. Now I'm not saying that the pharma pack has already bottomed out. It looks to be bottomed out right now, but which are the stocks we need to concentrate? Because if sometimes what happens is, when the particular index goes up or it comes down, generally all of the stocks participate. But I always say that even if an index is outperforming, do not try to buy all the stocks. There will be one or two stocks which are the outperformers. You need to bang on them. And the first one is Sun Pharma. This stock is still slightly a candidate of consolidation, according to me. A little bit more profit booking, a little bit more consolidation is probable. Once that consolidation, if that consolidation happens, and after that again the second leg of rally starts, possibly you should look into this stock for a swing trade. And the second one is Cipla. I think Cipla already, one of our students, he already shouted about this stock right on this day, 4th Jan. Obviously, there has been no trade in this particular stock in our trading setup, but we need to keep an open eye on this particular stock as well. Supports in this stock are not very, very strong. That is one downside in this particular stock. But yes, these are the two stocks from my side. FMCG pack, according to me, it's still in a flat trend. Weekly chart is also flat. This overall base is really good, but I will not waste my time much on this particular pack. but it needs to close above this particular level, which is 38,426. I would say 38,430 in round figure. So once we start prices closing above this particular level, maybe some upsides will happen. Now, the reality pack was one sector which initially I felt it could outperform, especially in DLF. DLF was a profitable trade for me and all of us, hopefully, if you have initiated in that. And I've already closed that trade. It was a quick short-term trade. But if you see, the trend is still flat in the weekly time frame, and so is in the daily chart. So as of now, the weekly chart is looking attractive, but the daily chart is not able to, say anything. If we see a rally coming up, maybe somewhere around 500 and near 500 or maybe 510, even somewhere over here, this will be the first hint. It's not a confirmation that the uptrend is starting. This will be the first hint that probably, the reality pack has also bottomed out and rather than a consolidation, and up move is on the way. But when we have a close above this particular level of 525, 526, that will be the last confirmation that now the uptrend has already started. So once we have this reality pack somewhere around 509, 510, you should start hunting for stocks. Consumption index is looking extremely attractive. It's already in an uptrend in the weekly time frame. It's looking good even in the monthly time frame as well. We can see a dragonfly doji over here at a very good level, and in the daily chart you can see already this particular high has been crossed. So most probably there could be sideways consolidation. No one can rule that out because even Nifty needs a sideways consolidation, but post that short-term consolidation and up move can be seen in this particular pack. Mid-cap index. Mid-cap index, you can clearly see, I don't think so I need to say anything over here, that the trend is up in the weekly time frame, even in the daily time frame. Only thing is we need to close above this particular previous high. Once we have a close above this previous high with a very big green candle, I think we'll see an uptrend continuing on the higher levels and maybe even testing 32,270 or maybe higher levels. All right. So I hope this entire weekly sectoral analysis was helpful for you, especially for the people on the YouTube when you watch it. And let me know how did you find this video, and share with other traders also who might find this particular educational video helpful. Thank you.